Hello, and today on Songs of Praise I'm at a pioneering Christian rehab centre in Berkshire to discover how the residents are turning to God in a bid to overcome all-consuming addictions to drink and drugs and to rebuild their lives.
Save my life, I would be dead now. There's no two ways about it.
Also in today's programme, Radzi Chinyanganya meets the toy shop entrepreneur whose faith has inspired him to stay closed on a Sunday.
I said, look, if we get round to ever needing to open the business on a Sunday, then we'll end up selling the business.
And as Scotland prepares to celebrate Burns Night, I'll be exploring the religious upbringing of its most famous poet.
And as it is Burns Night tomorrow, we have music from Aberdeen as well as a special performance from American opera singer Angel Blue. But we start with an inspiring spiritual from Hollywood in Northern Ireland. Drug and alcohol abuse costs Britain tens of billions of pounds every year. The latest government figures reveal that more than 3,300 users lost their lives in 2014 and over 140,000 were treated for serious addictions. Some end up here in Yeldall Manor, a Christian residential rehab centre in Berkshire, which is helping to rebuild the lives of addicts. But it's not a holiday camp.
Morning.
It's 7:30 a.m. and Yeldall Manor manager Dan Head is on his morning rounds to get its residents to breakfast on time.
So we've actually got a lot of different addicts on this programme, from heroin to crack to alcohol, from many different walks of life. Substances, they don't discriminate between rich and poor. Morning, Charlie.
For nearly 40 years, staff here have been helping addicts kick their habits. The success of its intensive programs is due to a Christian ethos and a strict regime.
When an individual walks through the doors at Yeldall, I want them to feel like they belong. I want them to feel that they're loved. I want them to feel like they're a part of something and that they are not judged, that they're accepted exactly where they are, unconditionally, of what they present or what they've done. Because that's God, and that's Christ, and that's the Christian part of what we do.
For 25 years, Chris Wood was a chronic alcoholic. Now, 8 years after Yeldall Manor helped him beat his addiction, he works here helping others rebuild their lives.
How you doing?
All right, yeah.
Really?
Personally. Well, there's some tough things going on at home at the moment.
Okay. Seeing the guys come here in various states of disrepair and unhappy and depressed, miserable, sick, and seeing the transformation, the way that God works here and all the stuff that the guys have to go through and seeing them come out the other end is absolutely phenomenal. You can't beat it.
Chris started drinking when he was just 13 years old, after stealing alcohol from a bar at the tennis club which his parents ran. To what extent were you drinking, and when did you realise that it was a problem?
I realised much later in life that I probably became an alcoholic when I was 15, but in my 20s I was drinking anything up to 2 litres of vodka a day, plus any other beers I could get my hands on, and, you know, existing on that.
How did it shape you as a person?
Liar, cheat, thief, womanizer, but inside that you know what you're doing to yourself, you're full of guilt, shame, embarrassment, but you just continue with it. The power of addiction is, you would think at the time, unassailable.
Now, you come from quite a privileged background, Chris, so what is it that you think for you was a trigger into alcoholism?
The thing that I found was actually through counselling here that I wasn't aware of, was that I had a fixation with my dad. Mine's a really cool guy. He's a really lovely bloke. I actually wanted to be him, but I didn't realise that. I wanted to point it out in counselling that actually, despite your faults, Chris, it's all right to be you. God loves you just the way you are. It was a huge burden off my shoulders.
Chris's experience is typical of many residents at Yeldall who find structure, acceptance and Christianity.
If we want to take addicts, their lifestyle is chaotic, extremely unstructured. To help an individual recover, what needs to happen is they need to be stabilised. And therefore at Yeldall, our programme is extremely structured. So it aids the therapeutic process.
And we know that Christ walks amongst us every day, all the time.
So in a nutshell, what would you say walking through that door has done to your life?
Saved my life. Simple as that. Saved my life. I would be dead now. There is no two ways about it.